European context. Now, going on to Emile Durkheim instead, the person who saw religion as something which underpins society and is essentially the pillar on which it stands. And when that pillar is shaken, society shakes as well. So this is a quote from a scholar who was referring to Durkheim, Chris, at Cleveland State University. As one might expect, the role of religion in these societies corresponds with the nature of social solidarity vis-a-vis this mechanical to organic progression. Although Durkheim was concerned with and even somewhat in awe of religion, he felt that traditional religion was on the wane and would not persist in Europe. So Emile Durkheim, writing in France in the 19th and early 20th centuries, was noticing that people were less and less interested in their religious traditions. They were more and more abandoning the church. And it's staggering that he was so worried about this in that context, when if you compare it to the modern context, it was some sort of religious utopia back then. So what Durkheim famously did was he wrote a book called Suicide, a study in sociology. So and this was groundbreaking. This was a new way of studying things. He collated data on suicide throughout a range of European contexts in the 19th century. And what he noticed was that in more industrialized areas, there were higher levels of suicide. He attributed this to 5, I think, reasons, but pertinent to our discussion here is that one of those reasons was the decline of religion. So he believed that with the greater and greater pressure to make something of yourself within the capitalist system and no longer being told that this is your job, you plowed a field. No, you're now expected to go to the city and be stripped from your ancestral homeland and your ancestral career. There came with this the decline of religious belief as well. And because of the decline in religious belief, there was a sense of meaninglessness, a sense of purposelessness within the industrial proletariat, within the European context, and therefore increased rates of suicide. So what was Durkheim saying? He was saying that the more industrialization there is, the less religion there is, and therefore the more suicide there is. Of course, this is a very, very simple précis of what both Durkheim and Weber were saying, but it again serves our purposes here in the context of this lecture.